yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice one. Nice one. Nice bass. Now that's what the swim bait's supposed to be. 4 and 5 pounders are fun to catch. Swim bait fish are fun to catch, particularly when they're 4 and 5 pounds like this one. Okay, there we go. Not real big. Good chunky fish though, just as chunky as can be. That's what it's about. Yes, sir. Swim baiting. Swim bait time. I'm telling you, I love it. I love it. Put another bait on. Put another bait on. There's one. Got one. Got one. Yes, sir. Got a jerkbait fish. I mean, the swim bait's a big deal. That's so often we get them on swim baits. Swim bait's such a, and they're nice fish. And general fish we catch on swim baits are nice. Hell, look how fat that thing is. That thing's as fat as can be. That thing is just super fat. Wow. Maybe he ate something. That's as fat as a bass can be right there, boys. Little smallmouth. That's a healthy fish. Let them go. Okay, what kind of swim bait I have here is this is a hardtail grub by Yamamoto. And I'm running it on 50-pound braid. And I'm using a screw-in system. And how the screw-in system works is this little spring. And the little spring screws in the front of the swim bait. I just screw it in as far as I can. In fact, I'll get a new one. I'll get a new one. I'll show you how it screws in. Any color will work as long as it's a 297 green pumpkin. That's been a good color. I screw it right in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then I bury this a 7/0 hook, great big giant hook, and I go right through the back of it and let the thing come out the top. And that's actually a tungsten weight, real heavy weight. It's about almost 1/4 of an ounce. And that's 50-pound braid, okay? And I'll just throw it out to the edge of the hydrilla and just slow roll it. I'm just really go slow with it. But see, I got the rod out to the side. I got out, and like on the last fish when he hit it, I went forward like this, like I'm fishing a plastic worm. And it makes all the difference in the world. Let them take it for just a little bit. Get your rod real low and straight to them when you set the hook, and you got them. Ooh, look at that big one. Holy. Okay. That's not the one, though. That's a different one. Okay. Yeah, swim bait fish. The old swim bait time, son. Swim bait, I tell you. It's a good way to catch them. Swim bait time. And the beautiful thing about the winter time like this is when you find them in we're in a little canal here. There's liable to be a second one there. So I'll drop it back, take my little Yamamoto swim bait, and get another cast to the same spot. And that was right over there. Just let it sink slow and easy. Get it down low and slow. You can actually drop it down to the bottom like a worm. Now, one thing that I do with the swim bait, I keep my rod to the side because what I don't want to do is I don't want to have the fish feel me out this way. I want to be able to feel the fish. But then when he hits it, I can go forward like a plastic worm rod, like I'm fishing a plastic worm. And really, this swim bait's nothing but a big plastic worm. It's kind of a big plastic worm. So throw it out there, put the rod at about a 45 or up in the air. But I prefer it like this on a swim bait. Keep it low and goes a little deeper that way. I'm still on my backup lure. There's one. There's a backup. That backup lure worked. It's just a small one. But I was throwing that backup lure. He's rolled at the swim bait. Wasn't very big a fish. But again, you don't really know how big the fish are. You know, could have been just a giant, but it did roll. It rolled up on the big old swim bait. But the swim bait catches some big fish. I know that was just a small one. Wasn't much to it. But the swim bait really does good. Hardtail grub, they call it. Okay, there we go. Yes, sir. Little crankbait fish. I love it. I love these size fish. These are so fat. Look at this guy. Big 3 and 4 pounders. Oh, son. Big, nice fish. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about, son. I tell you, this bait catches more beautiful bass than just about anything I've thrown this whole year. Beautiful, mature fish. They just love that. They just love that thing. And so again, it's all in the setup, and it's all in having the right rod as well. Now I have an Emperor series by Favorite, and it's their 7.1 model. It's the perfect rod for swim baiting. You know, we've all gone to longer rods lately. This is the Emperor series. It's one of their better series. And this one, if you look right on there, is the 7'3" model, and it's medium heavy, 7'3" medium heavy. And see, we've just all gone to bigger rods now. That's the other thing. It's just so funny. I went to 7-foot rods 40 years ago, but then everybody was using 5.5, 6-foot rods and 6.5-foot rods. Now everybody's going to 7 and even 7.5 and even 8-foot rods. A lot of people like the longer rods, and I've always proposed a long rod has been my favorite all along for 40-something years. Been great. Been great. This is the 297 color. Okay, they're salty. See, that's a little salt coming out on the thing. And screw it in good. I tell you, these swim baits are really, it's almost my favorite lure for the year. I've caught plenty of decent, nice fish on it. It's a couple really big ones. And you know, I mean, sure, I'm not catching any 10-pounders today. I'm catching decent fish though. But you can catch a 10-pounder on this lure. That's a big bass lure. I got one. There we go. I got a big one. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Little swim bait fish. Little swim bait fish. Yes, sir. Little swim bait fish. I've caught a couple of nice ones, boys. Well, I'll tell you what. That's the whole deal. Couple big fish, folks. Couple big fish on the swim bait. That's what it's all about. Hey, you got to try that hardtail grub, folks. Hey, but see, it's kind of late in the evening, the temperature's rising, nice big bass to be caught. Hey, come on down to South Florida. I'm telling you, you can't hardly beat it. The old hardtail grub and some nice bass. Hey, we'll see you again soon.